All right, so I don't know about you guys, but for me, out of this entire Nintendo Direct, which there were some pretty cool things, don't get me wrong, um, it was a good Direct. Don't really care if it was a mini or a fully fledged one. There was still some great stuff in it. But yeah, I don't know about you guys, but out of everything in this mini Direct, my favorite thing, by far, in my opinion, is Mario Tennis Aces. Oh boy, there's a lot to say about this, and I hope I can keep it to a minimal. But at the same time, I want to express everything that I'm thinking, right? Because the stuff that they showed for this game, at the same time, it needs to be addressed because what they're doing with this, at least now, right? At least at this point, it is so far so good. I suppose, like, the best way to go about this is to just kind of look at this trailer from beginning to end, see what happens next, and then I can address that, so on and so forth. Just from start to finish. The first thing that you notice when this trailer starts is the fact that they're wearing classic tennis garb. And already, a few seconds in, you can already tell that this is going to be a lot, and I mean a lot better than Ultra Smash. I mean, I guess anything is at this point, but seriously, like, I have to say this. Like, the first few seconds, you can already tell. Like, look at how they look. Like, look at Mario and Luigi and, all of them, I guess, but it's so cool seeing them like this. Look at how impressive they look. Like, just right off the bat, you can tell that this game, it has its own identity. And this is before we even show the rest of the trailer. I know it may be small and insignificant, but seeing them like this fills me with so much joy. I think it's the first Mario Tennis game to actually do this. And boy, does it look incredible. It just gives it its own soul, if that makes any sense. I got a little worried when I did see the gameplay part of this, but then it hit me. I see the smash shots, but at least from the look of this trailer, there are no chance shots whatsoever. They might have just gotten rid of them completely. And even if they were in this trailer, I think in the end you'd be able to turn them off anyways, just because Ultra Smash gave you the option to get rid of it, and in Mario Sports Superstars, like the tennis part of that game, you were able to remove chance shots. Even if this game had it, going by those two games, it's safe to assume that if it is in this game, you can just shut them off. So I'm not worried about that whatsoever. And the thing that I'm really looking forward to is these gauges right here. This also fills me with a lot of hope. Seeing these gauges, like, it just tells you there's going to be more to it than just, what we had before, and it'll actually make it interesting this time. Kind of reminds me of Mario Power Tennis, where you had a gauge, or at least in the Wii version, they had a visualization of how charged your racket would be. And this is what that looks like, at least gameplay-wise. At least what I'm thinking, right? Like, the more you play, like, the better the rally you have, something like that. The gauge will fill up, and then when it fills up all the way, you can do some kind of a special move. Like, that's what I'm taking from this. Because just like that game, Power Tennis, you had a gauge, right? So that's honestly what I'm thinking here. You fill it up, you can do some kind of a move. And I am not 100% sure what this will do in the end. But again, it does fill me in with a lot of hope. Like, the classic garb, this gameplay mechanic, whatever it's going to be, like, and just the look of this court, like, this game already looks like it's going to be a million times better than Ultra Smash. I mean, it's not hard, I guess, but my goodness. And I'm not 100% sure about this, but it looks like the crowd is 3D. I know some games have been 2D, like Mario Strikers Charged, which came out in 2007. I'm pretty sure that had a fully 3D, well, like the audience, right? Like everyone was actually jumping and cheering for you, but it was like all the audience members in Charged, I'm pretty sure they were fully 3D, and it looked so good. And that was the Wii. This is the Nintendo Switch. I'm pretty sure they could do it here. Ultra Smash didn't do it, but then again, it's Ultra Smash. The Wii U is more powerful, so there's no excuse. But anyways, I do think that the crowd in this game looks like it's 3D, like Mario Strikers Charged. Like I said, looks like it. I'm not 100% certain that it is, but it definitely does look like it. And I'd be kind of disappointed if it wasn't. Not a deal breaker, but it's at the point where it's like, why? But anyways, the way everything looks, like the fact that this court, which is, I guess, like Ultra Smash is one court, but looks a million times better with all the neon lights going on and just the colors and stuff, like everything just pops. Like, it's absolutely amazing. But yeah, I'm, more on the courts later, because that's going to be something that I'm going to talk about too. Oh, this just looks amazing already. And if everything didn't look already great enough, the thing that just blew it out of the water was story mode. When I was watching this trailer for the first time, I was just in bed still. I didn't 100% fully wake up yet. And my girlfriend was beside me in bed too. She was still sleeping, I think. And just to make sure I wouldn't wake her up, I was whispering to myself instead of just talking out loud. And when I saw the very beginning of this trailer, I was like, it's not gonna be that great, it's not gonna be that great. Or something along those lines. I was whispering, like, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be that good. Just stuff like that. Like, I was just whispering to myself, those things based on what's been happening with Mario Tennis, right? So I was just being really skeptical, but for good reason. But then this came up, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. That's the point where I just shut my mouth. Like, I didn't speak for the rest of the trailer as far as I'm aware. Like, I'm still in shock that they're putting a story mode in this game. They're saying that it's going to have, boss battles, missions, even more than that. And as we can see, it's a different venue. Yeah, that's great, right? Look at that. Something that's really overdue at this point. Like, look how beautiful this is. What is this, PlayStation 4? Like, I don't know about you guys, but holy. Look at this luscious forest. And I'm sorry, I have to look at these details. Look at the bitty buds. I'm not sure what you call those people that get the ball if you get a fault or something, and they grab the ball off the court. I'm not sure what that job position is. But oh my god, they're bitty buds. You see what I mean? This is the kind of stuff that I wish for in a Mario Tennis game. Fiction! Something that gives the game its own identity. Thank you. This is what I and a lot of other people have wanted. This is the creativity that I clamor for. The bitty buds are what grab the ball if you mess up. That's the kind of variety that I like to see. Thank you. This is what I've wanted. And I'm pretty sure it's a simple thing to ask for, but we haven't had it for so long that when we finally see something simple like this, it blows our minds, because we haven't had it for a long time. You know what I mean? Like I said, we deserve this. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to sound entitled, but Ultra Smash, man, come on. But yes, anyway, we have this venue going against Donkey Kong, and the net, it just has warp pipes in it. It's so awesome. I love seeing this variety. And then after that, it shows you, I guess, battling Petey Piranha in this temple-looking venue. And, like, that's another thing that I'm thinking of. Because story mode is finally going to be a thing in a Mario Tennis game again, I'm trying to wonder how it will work, because I'm not really sure if it's going to be like a full-on RPG thing again, or like I honestly doubt that, you know, the kids or whatever, like, you know, stuff like that. I'm sorry, I didn't play those. But I don't think it's really going to be a part of that. I don't think that's how it's 100% going to work. It is going to be like a single-player campaign type thing, I'm thinking, but, well, obviously. But I don't really think it's going to have like an RPG feel to it, but it will have, you know, it will give the game character, which is what you're supposed to do. But, yeah, what I'm honestly thinking, and how it's going to work, is if, what if you can unlock characters going through the story mode? Right? Like, you could have a versus mode, you know, battle your friends, stuff like that. You know, some other mini games, shall we say. But then with the story mode, maybe you can unlock characters or something. I mean, I bet there's going to be a lot of unlockables, but what if the single-player campaign, what if that gave you characters? Like, say, for example, you know, in this stage, you face off Donkey Kong. You face off with Donkey Kong, I mean. And if you beat him, what if you unlock him as a playable character, and then just add him to the roster? And if that's true, let's pray that that'll happen with PD Piranha. Right? Because the thing is that, in my eyes, I don't really see what's wrong with that. In Mario Power Tennis, PD Piranha was a playable character. And as we see here, you know, he has a model, right? He's fully animated. You can see that he hits the ball back to you. Like, everything's in place from what I can see. The only difference is he's just not playable, right? He has all these animations. He looks really good. Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing when I saw PD Piranha. Not just that, but seeing, like, visually, like, graphically how amazing it looks. That's honestly what I think about the character thing, like how you would unlock the roster. Go through story mode and unlock characters. That's what I think. I'm pretty sure story mode in a Mario Tennis game has done that before, right? I think in Game Boy Color was Mario. Which is really weird. That's what I think could happen. Now, there's one thing, right? Like, out of this entire trailer, I guess I'll talk about the end of the trailer first and then end off with story mode. There's one more thing that I want to say about that. But yeah, at the end of the trailer, when Mario does, like, I don't know what it is, it might just be like a power shot, like, because he was in the circle, right? Point is, he just hits the ball really hard, and when he hits Wario, Wario's racket goes flying out of his hand. And I looked up reaction videos and all that stuff, but I haven't seen one person, or I haven't heard one person talk about that. And I have no idea what that is. Now, it could possibly be the gauge. That might be what it is, because if you know, like, if you fully fill it, maybe you could go into a power shot, and then that would knock the racket out of the player's hand. So, like, it has to be like a situational type thing, right? I don't know if they have anything to do with each other, but that's just my guess. It would be cool, though, I guess. I don't know. It'd certainly be different, and that's what the narrator said. It's a new take on Mario Tennis. How exactly? Not sure. He did say that there were going to be new rules. So, we're going to see how that works, I guess. I'm excited. But yeah, at this point, the trailer is done. But I want to go back to story mode one last time. If there's one thing about this game that I am a little worried about, and I know it's just one thing, so I mean, it's better than Ultra Smash, but yeah, there is one thing that I am being very cautious about, and it's the whole venue thing. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, one of the reasons why it failed was because it only had one venue. Let's not get confused about the courts. It had a lot of courts, but it only had one venue, right? You could change how the court looked, but in terms of the area that you were in, so, you know, the venue, It only had one. That was the problem. Now, as we see, the game does have multiple venues. We see that, right? It has the forest area, and then other than that, it also has this temple-looking area where you face off against PD Piranha. Right? So that's 3 total spaces so far. Now, the thing that I'm worried about is, are these venues exclusive to the story mode? Right? Because I would not like to go to versus mode, like face a friend, whatever, and only see one venue, and then just swap the court. I don't want to do that again. I don't think anyone else wants to do that again either. I know I don't. But that's what I'm worried about, because I don't know about you guys, but I miss the old days where you could invite a friend, boot up the game, pick your character, pick the court, pick the venue. It's like, hey, hey man, so what court do you want to play on? Or what venue do you want to play on? Do you want a setup that has some gimmicks? Or do you want a setup that doesn't have any gimmicks? You know? And then on top of that, you also have the bounce, and then you have the ball speed, right? Like, you want 3 different choices, right? And part of the fun was picking the venue. And, with that came the gimmicks, right? So that's the thing that I'm really worried about. I don't want these venues to be exclusive to story mode. I'm grateful that we're getting a story mode, and I'm grateful about everything that they're doing with this game so far. But I'm just worried that the venues will be exclusive to story mode. Like, I want them to be in versus. Because the vibe that I'm getting from this, apart from everything else, which is great, the one vibe that I'm getting from this is that this area is kind of like this area, in the sense that it's the only one in versus mode. Then I don't want that to happen. It's the vibe that I'm getting. That's just what I feel watching this. And yeah, it's the only thing that I don't like, so I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. So far, so good for this game. Really looking forward to this. Need to see a little bit more, but from what I can tell, it looks to be a million times better than Ultra Smash already, which is kind of pathetic. It doesn't really take much to do that, but I'm happy nonetheless. This game looks like it's going to be really, really good, and I'm curious to what the character roster will be, and I'll probably make another video about that, because I always have. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Like I said, really looking forward to this. Like 99% of the things that I've seen blew me away. It's just that 1% that I'm worried about. And I'm really, really hoping that the story mode will work like that, where you can unlock characters. PD Piranha seems like a character that Nintendo doesn't want to make playable anymore. They haven't done that since Strikers Charged, I think, or Super Sluggers. So it's just not really looking like it, but I can only hope. I mean, Donkey Kong, how do you have a Mario Tennis game and not have Donkey Kong playable, right? And he's in the story mode. So, I mean, I think it'd be consistent, right? But anyways, I guess I'm just kind of spitballing at this point. I've said everything that I wanted to say without editing. It's 22 minutes, 22 and a half minutes, so yeah. Let me know what you guys think. I'm very hyped about this. Camelot, you're on the right track.